Now.
Hi Brad, I'm Laird, I'm your physical therapist today. We are performing a submaximal test. Earlier we did the wrist stratification. We determined that you're a very fit, healthy individual, and so you've been approved for this. We took your resting vitals. They were well within normal range. So we've been having you warm up for about 3 minutes now, and what we're going to do is we're going to test your submaximal exercise VO2, which is basically how much oxygen your muscles need, and basically get an idea of your cardiovascular fitness levels. So I'm going to take your blood pressure a couple times and take your resting heart rate, but other than that, you're just going to ride the bike. Once we begin, we're going to start it at 125 for the workload, based on your past performance that you reported and based on your fitness level. We think that'll get you to your submax in the 5 to 6 minute length of this exam. Are you ready to begin?
I'm ready.
All right, we're going to start. And raise it all the way to 125. You should feel that getting a little tougher to ride. You feel the resistance increase?
I do.
And try to, also your RPM, try to keep it at around 50 so that it keeps a consistent pace for you.
Gotcha.
So got the timer started right here, and at 3 minutes I'm going to take your blood pressure and your resting heart rate right then. And right now, what are you feeling, if you look at this chart, your rate of perceived exertion? If you had to pick a number, what would you say you're feeling right now?
Like before this cranked up?
Let's say right now.
Right now?
So that'd be minute 1.
8.
8?
Yeah.
Okay. So in about a minute, take your first blood pressure reading. Still feeling good?
Feel good?
Okay, I'm going to take blood pressure now. See how pretty large your submax. Actually, we'll do your heart rate first. Radial pulse here. It's at 122, so you have entered your submax. So I'm going to take your blood pressure now. And if you could, don't grip here, but just keep your arm like this. Thank you. You have a very strong heartbeat. It'll be 140 over 70. And that's normal, that's increased. You are exercising after all. How's your RPE on this chart now?
Say 13.
13? Okay. to take your blood pressure again and your heart rate. And if it has plateaued, if it's within 5 beats a minute of what we just had, we will end the test and we'll begin cool down. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
How are you feeling still? Still around 13, or has it increased at all?
I'd say still 13.
Okay. Okay. Blood pressure again. Actually, we'll do the heart rate at the same time. Okay, 130 over 68. Take your heart rate now. You doing all right?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay. That was 65. So that was 130. And that would mean you are plateaued in your submax state. So that is grounds for ending the test. We're going to do a 3-minute cool down now. I'm going to reduce the workload for you so that's easier, back to what you were doing for warming up. And what's your RPE right now? Your
Still
perceived
13.
Still 13? Okay. So what we're going to be able to do now, Brad, is based on these numbers that we just collected, we're going to figure out your submaximal VO2, and from that we can figure out your max VO2 and figure out basically how fit you are. So I'm going to do some calculations while you cool down, and then we'll talk about it.
Sounds good.
Good job.